everybody. I'm Hoarder Gamer, and today is Hoarder's Comic Flex. It's good to see you all. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully there's audio. It's saying the mixer's working, so it didn't say that last time. It's saying it's working now, so hopefully there's audio. We have a packed show. You could take a knife and a fork, put some A1 steak sauce on this show, and it would be tantalizing. Okay, you could sink your teeth into this show, and I hope you do. We've got reviews, we've got toys, we've got, let's see, do we have game news? Oh, we have TV news. We do have TV news. So we have that, and we're also going to talk about books coming out next week. And, of course, reviewing 2 books that came out this week, including Savage Avengers and our first book, Fables, number 151. So, many, many years ago, there's a comic book called Fables. And I believe it was through Vertigo, DC Vertigo. And it went for about 5 or 6 years, a total of 150 issues. No, it had to be more than 5 or 6 years. Oh my god, like 10 maybe? Anyway, now it's back. Bill Willingham, after all these years, has thought of a story and continues right like from where the end left off. I think there might be a little bit of a mystery as some things that aren't completely connected. But Fabletown, you might know from The Wolf Among Us. So that's pretty awesome. Big B Wolf or Big Bad Wolf. Snow White. I think Rose Red is in the game. I'm trying to remember. Those characters, and hidden in New York was Fabletown. And basically, you or I, called Mondays, as in the mundane, not the magical or, supernatural, we can't see Fabletown. We can see the Fables, unless they're trying to cloak or something. They just look like people. Well, some of them don't. Some of them look like giant frogs. But for the most part, a lot of them look like people. And, they would just do their thing in Fabletown, and here and there, maybe go to Manhattan or something like that, just live their lives. Well, there's a huge battle involving the adversary, and I use the term adversary because I don't want to ruin it for anybody that wants to get into Fables, because it's an insane reveal, completely insane. My guess is if you read this book, though, it'll tell you too. But there's a big bad, and they are the reason that a lot of Fables were driven out of their the Black Forest, basically, and areas surrounding. So an explosion happens. Now everyone, all the Mondays, know about the Fables and and what Fabletown was. And basically, one of the head Fables has to go and explain to the Mondays, what's going on. And Big Bad Wolf and Snow White go to the Black Forest to raise their children, which are, humans, but also werewolves. And basically, Big Bad Wolf lays down the law to the forest creatures that can talk. And someone survives the explosion and is not too happy about the person that killed them. I can't ruin too much more for you because that's the final page. You go to the final page and it's this character. Now, what's funny is if you haven't read any of Fables, you would who's that? Who's that? So even for me, after all this time, I wasn't sure who it was. I had to actually do a little bit of research and be oh, okay, so Frau Totenkinder killed these people, and this is who this person is, because they were burned somewhat from the explosion. So Hard to make out exactly who they were. But yeah, this is really good. If you're a fan of the original Fables, I highly recommend this. Bill Willingham, he's the writer of it, and he's back. So it's not like they got someone else to do it. And it's all really good. I highly recommend Fables 151. And back Fables goes. It's like I'm moving like cards. Like, I think people expect me, maybe I'm going to do some tarot or something like that. And I don't know how to do tarot. Otherwise, I guess I would, because that might be entertaining for people. But next, we're going to talk about SheHulk, also known as Shulky. A lot of people are freaking out over how she looks. SheHulk was not always big and jacked. A lot of it had to do with Jason Aaron's run. I want to say it was Jason Aaron and Jerry Dugan. I believe both of them. There's a story reason for that. And, when the pieces come together, it makes sense. And for the most part, though, it's like the John Byrne version is what we're getting and the Dan Slott version. That's closer to what we're getting with the TV show. And Tatiana Maslany is an amazing actress, and I think she's going to knock it out of the ballpark. Do I think they should have made her digitally a little bigger? I guess. But I see what they're going for. Stan Lee, in like the first She-Hulk comics, she's just tall. Like, she's strong as hell and 7 feet tall. She isn't like jacked. You'd have to see what she looks like. She's like when they would say models were Amazons because of how tall they were, it's kind of like that, except even taller at 7 feet tall. And the idea was, that she tore her clothes as she became 7 feet tall, as She-Hulk. So it makes sense what they're doing. I get it. And I think she's going to be awesome in it. And I'm very much looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. I look forward to seeing Wong. Wong is going to be in it. I look forward to seeing Tim Roth, amazing actor, playing Abomination again. But, we might see him as, I apologize, I forget Abomination's real name. But we might see him as that character too, because they do show that in the trailer. So there might be a lot of that too. And basically, she's a superhero lawyer. I think they're going to follow a lot of what Dan Slott did with that story arc. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to She-Hulk. I'm also a fan of the Jack ladies. So there's that too. Yep. But yeah, what does everyone else think? Do we have any opinions on She-Hulk? There are a lot of opinions online about She-Hulk. Almost too many. Also, I don't think the CG is complete. I think you're seeing unfinished CG because everyone wanted to see what She-Hulk kind of looked like. And unfortunately, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. When movie companies show trailers and things that don't have finished CG, it upsets a lot of people. I definitely don't think it was a Sonic the Hedgehog situation, where they have to go back to the drawing board. People that think that, they need to have a better understanding of digital effects and budgets and things like that, because that's going way too far, I feel. With Sonic, I think it made sense. And with Sonic, the whole story was there were people involved, from the beginning, saying this does not work. This does not look right. But unfortunately, the big money people didn't listen, didn't care. And then it was the outrage over the fans where they changed it. And both Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 are huge hits. So there's that. Yeah, I believe it's August 17th. Now, I am surprised they did not announce She-Hulk for Marvel's Avengers. To me, the synergy of having it come out that same day would have been awesome. That would have been a really good idea. Again, I believe it's August 17th. I think June 8th, is that Miss Marvel? Am I right on that? Miss Marvel, June 8th, I think. But yeah, I really would have liked to have seen She-Hulk and the She-Hulk content come out then. Now, it's not impossible, right? Because Thursday is like the reset. Maybe they'll announce it in the, what do you call that? I forget what you call that. It's kind of like a little message thing they do every week. Although I thought that usually came out on Wednesdays. But they could push it back a day, I suppose. But yeah, the synergy makes a lot of sense to me. And if it's possible for it to come out then, that would be great. You know, maybe that's when Mighty Thor will come out, Jane Foster. Who knows? Who knows? So, speaking of Mighty Thor, Jane Foster, that takes us to our conversation on toys. Hoarder Toys Around. Everybody, I would like you to meet the Mighty Thor. I'm doing my best so you can see her without an issue. And on Twitter, I'll actually post a picture I take of the figure in the box. Here's what's crazy about it. It's hard to see here probably, but it is a damn near perfect likeness of Natalie Portman. Like, it is absurd. It is absurd for something that is in the $19.99 to $24.99 range to have that level of detail. Plus, there's a second head, which actually has the helmet on. And then, like, the long hair coming in front. Although there's long hair on the original head, too. But, yeah, this is from Thor, Love and Thunder. The movie comes out in July. And the figures are available. Like, Amazon has them. I think Target has them. I don't know if GameStop does yet. They're still getting a lot of Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness figures in. But, yeah, I'm really happy with this. I think the sculpt is phenomenal. It arrived in like damn near perfect condition, so I'm quite happy with it. Quite happy. Yeah, they did a really good job, and I was very surprised at the likeness, especially at that price point. Like I said, it used to be you had to go with like Hot Toys, Metacom, or something like that to get really good detail. But now they're able to do it in the $20 to $25 range. Again, 6-inch figures and not as much detail, not actual outfits. But if you're looking at the price differential, it just makes more sense for me for Marvel Legends. You know, let's be real about this. You know, if you're buying Hot Toys, right, they're a lot. They're going to be between, right now, I'd say between $250 and $400, depending on the height of the figure, depending on if they're going to do like metal armor, die-cast metal. You know, it all depends on that. And the price just keeps going up is the issue, too. So you could go and you could get, like, you know, Moon Knight for Hot Toys at $260, I think he is. Or that could be, like, a year of collectibles at $20 a pop. So, to me, it just makes sense. Doom, it's good to see you. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me now. I hope so. We just had our first review, Fables 151, and just talked about the first, the toy that we looked at in person, the Thor Love and Thunder Mighty Thor figure, Jane Foster. And yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Again, anybody, if you just tuned in, I'll show it off again real quick. I'm really happy with it. I just got Thor and Ravager Thor. So, but yeah, I'm really happy. It's really nice. They did a great job. I keep going on and on about it. You would not believe the paint job. No. Okay, so next up, I have news about Hot Toys, as in toys that were just kind of announced, not Hot Toys the company, which I mentioned earlier. Okay, so first off, we're going to start from the past. I believe this is last week they showed this, or during the weekend. Oh, my apologies, that's the wrong picture. My apologies. Let's see if I can grab it here. There we go. There we go. Oh, he's getting bigger. He's getting bigger, everybody. Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime Lego. That is right. Lego got the Transformers license. and they are doing Transformers. This is awesome. If you're a fan of Transformers, this is phenomenal. He also has a phenomenal price. He's $170. He does transform. I kid you not. He transforms. And you don't have to remove any pieces. He actually transforms. Very similar to the way the original Optimus Prime transformed. So it had to be an insane amount of work for the engineers at Lego. Like, this is wild. I am hoping they do other Transformers that aren't quite as big as Optimus, because my God, $170 is a lot of money. So like when these big sets come out, it's usually like something like the Daily Bugle, which I think was $300, or like Ghostbusters, the Firehouse. I want to say that was also $300 or something like that. Well, that's a one-time purchase. You're buying that giant set, and then you're done. You've got that. You're happy. You've got the Daily Bugle. That set's nuts. 25 figures it comes with, mostly villains. You know, well, here, if they go crazy, they'll do a Megatron, although I sincerely doubt he'll become again. He'll probably be a tank. It'll be Tankatron, not Gunnatron. Yeah, I think this is awesome, but it could get very expensive for collectors. There's also no guarantee they'll go beyond Optimus, but let's be honest, I think they will. I think they will. I think Lego likes money, right? And then you got to look at the price too. So Optimus is $170. Is a normal size Transformer, like a smaller one, $100? I mean, that's still pricey, you know? And I'm still trying to understand the Lego pricing, because I think the licensing for each different Lego set is in that pricing. Like, I feel that anything that's licensed is always going to be more expensive than just regular Lego sets. At least it seems that way. And I feel like that license could be different amounts depending on the set. I don't know. But this is a gorgeous piece. This comes out June 1st. And yes, it is $170. And it transforms. And it cooks dinner for you. It will go and do your lawn. It makes gasoline using Energon. It's really cool. It doesn't do any of those things, but it's really neat. It's really neat. Okay, so there's Optimus Prime for you. Now, let's go to the land of sanity, or hopefully sanity. I can't guarantee this is the land of sanity. Look at this insane thing. Announced today, people. This was announced today. Okay, hold on 1 second here. I misclicked. That's on me. I misclicked. I'm a misclicker. Will it take me out to Taco Bell? Is this Lumi? Hello, Lumi. That's funny you asked that. I did have the Mexican pizza from Taco Bell today. That was my dinner. And it was delightful. It was like it never left. It was sauce, everything, just magnifique. Magnifique. Now this insane set right here is the Mojo World box set. This goes on sale HasbroPulse.com tomorrow. I believe at noon Central Time. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's noon Central Time. Longshot, Dazzler, Ex-Baby Wolverine, and Mojo. That's right, Mojo. I don't even want to hazard a guess at the cost of this. Each figure probably $25, right? And we're just talking about the basic figures, so that's $50 right there. If I were to guess, $100. There's no price yet. Goes on sale tomorrow. And yeah, I think it looks absolutely amazing. Here's the issue, though. While it looks amazing, and I enjoy the sculpts, I'm not a huge fan of these characters. But I thought some viewers here would be. So I wanted you all to see this. Plus, a lot of people are excited. And for me, I enjoy it when people watching this get excited about things, even if I'm not particularly big on them. But I'll be completely honest with you, and I'll say such. I'm not going to be like, this is the best thing ever, amazing, to get people to buy it. That's not the way I work. But I think this is really cool. If you're a fan of Mojo and those characters, it's phenomenal. It is. The sculpt is great. I mean, I'll be honest, I wish for $10 I could get Baby X Wolverine separate. The teeth. The teeth are like vampire teeth at that size. It's absurd. But yeah, everybody, I'll make that a little bigger, a little bigger for everybody. But again, I don't know how much. I would guess 100. Who knows? Could be 125. I can't tell how big this thing is. This could be the cost of 2 figures. There's a lot of plastic there. I just don't know. If that's the case, then you're looking at 110, 120 for the set. I don't know. But I think somewhere in that ballpark, 100 to 120. Yeah. Oh, it's going by. It's going by. It's saying goodbye. Oh, look, where's it going? Oh, it's going here. Okay. Now, here we go. These were announced with no pictures, no information, just a name, I think a couple weeks ago. McFarlane Toys Cover Punchers. Or comic, is it comic? Comic Punchers, I'm sorry. Comic Punchers. A 7-inch scale of figures. Not, I guess, connected to the other McFarlane DC Universe figures. I'm not sure. I believe they also each come with a comic book, although I'm confused because the picture keeps showing the same comic, and I doubt they come with the same comic. I don't know anyone that would want 4 of the same comic book, because they expect people are going to buy more than one of these. Well, here's Batman. Here's Batman. I don't have a price. I'm guessing between 25 and 30. I don't know if he comes with any extras or anything like that. I think it looks good. There are people really upset about it, but I think it looks nice at that scale. I like it. It doesn't blow my mind. Some of the others in this series are, I think, even better. But it's nice. I like it. Here's one that kind of blows my mind. Look at this John Constantine figure. From Hellblazer, Sandman, and just the greater DC universe, and I believe DC Justice League Dark. John Constantine. I like the detail. I like the sculpt on him. Give me 1 second. We're going to over my face again. John Constantine over my face. Okay, look at that. That's nice. That's a really good John Constantine figure. I like it. Again, comes with a comic book as far as I know, unless they change that. But yeah, look at that. I think it is Cover Punchers. I apologize. I couldn't remember if it was comic or Cover Punchers, but I think it's cover, like comic book cover, Okay, I'll put that away. Put that away. This one is 80s goth Superman. Look at the haircut, the hairdo. I like it. There's other Superman figures I like more, but I think it's good. I think it's good. I don't love it, but again, this was just announced, and I'd like to thank Preternia. I follow them on Twitter. They had some of this information, and I'd like to thank them for letting me know about it. I didn't know this stuff was even shown yet or anything. So now, remember I said I like John Constantine? And there were a couple that blew my mind. This is a phenomenal take on Black Adam. He looks dangerous. He looks tough as hell. He's got the lightning. The outfit looks really good, I think. The coloring and everything. And the facial sculpt is nice, too. I think so. To me, in this series, I think Black Adam and John Constantine are the two that are the best so far. This is probably just wave one. They'll probably do a whole mess of waves. McFarlane's really successful with most of their toy lines. So, but yeah, I think this is a really nice Black Adam figure. You might think we're done toying around with Hoarder Toys Around. Almost, not quite. So again, those are probably in the $25, $30 range. Let's go even cheaper, everybody. Let's go with something that just about any fan can afford. Oh, that's right. You love them, or you hate them, or you love to hate them. Funko Pops. Gotham Knights. That's right, for the video game. Funko Pops. These do not come out till November. So they come out roughly about a week or two after the game, which isn't bad timing. That's not terrible. You know, that's not like striking while the iron is cold. It's only a week or two. They'll be big for holiday sales, you know. So that's actually really good timing there. Batgirl, Red Hood, Robin, and Nightwing. And I'm going to make this a little bigger so it's not as digitally blurred. I think it looks a little better there. The Batgirl is an Amazon exclusive. So if you like that Funko Pop, not Fanco, that's not, I don't think that's a company. If you like this Funko Pop, it's Amazon exclusive. The Red Hood, right there, I think that's really great. These are $12.99 each. Robin and Nightwing. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this Robin, and the Cyber Robin outfit that you get with Gotham Knights, I believe it might be when you just get the deluxe or the collector's edition. It scares the hell out of me. Also, he looks like he's super old and like a robot. Kind of like a Terminator, kind of like the Terminator in Terminator Genesis. So I won't be using that skin when I play the game, but I'll be playing plenty of the game. But the Nightwing, the Batgirl, and the Red Hood, I think are excellent. Plus, there's also a black light version of Red Hood exclusive to GameStop, which is also great looking. And the coloring on it is phenomenal. Also, if you like that Nightwing, you want a big one? Want a big Nightwing? Walmart has a 10-inch version of that Nightwing. If you decide that 4 inches or 3.82, whatever the heck it is not large enough for your needs, your Nightwing needs, then a 10-inch Nightwing is in your future at Walmart. And for this week, that was toying around with Hoarder. Next up, we are going to talk about the books that come out next week. We're going to look into the near future of comics. Let's do that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 120, I believe that's 129. It's a little hard for me to see that. 129. Huh. That's not Michelangelo. That's not Donatello. That's not Leonardo. It's certainly not Raphael. Who is that? Well, that's Venus de Milo. So, apparently, if you look at her carefully there, you can see that she is part of an experiment. And almost like part cyborg, and she was created. She's a rather new thing in the series, within like the last few issues. And one of the reasons we're talking about Ninja Turtles is because Armageddon game starts in a month or two. And that's a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles event covering the TMNT book and a separate Armageddon game TMNT book. So it's going to be a real big thing very soon. So, and you know, Turtles are always popular, and I like the Turtles myself quite a bit. But yeah, this is Venus right here. I believe this is an alternate cover. This isn't the main cover. So now might be a really good time to get back into the Turtles before Armageddon game starts. It's supposed to be wild. It's supposed to be an insane story involving the Rat King. And like basically the Rat King has been working on something over many, many years. And the fruition of it is Armageddon Game. So, yeah. I read some synopsises in previews and I was like, I don't understand any of this. Now understand, that was a synopsis for Armageddon Game 2. But still, it was interesting and exciting because of what I know about the Turtles. When certain names are mentioned, I'm like, really? Oh, wow. That's crazy. Also, for Turtles fans, The Last Ronin. I want to say it's $9.95 a book. They're each book is like bound almost like a real thin paperback book, like a novella. And there's 5 volumes. And they're all out now. Or you can wait till, I think it's July to get the collection. But yeah, that's considered one of the best turtle stories in years, The Last Ronin. So keep that in mind. Always check out your local LCS, local comic shop. The one I go to, Lost World of Wonders in Wisconsin. Excellent shop. Shout out to them. Interested in getting that? I always like, well, awesome. Very cool. What came out today for the Turtles, I did not pick it up, but it was interesting, was a Best of Rat King. It was only $5.99, and it was, I want to say, 48 pages, and it covered different Rat King stories from different publishers. So that was pretty cool. Also, the Rat King now is not like what you're thinking of from the cartoon, where he kind of looked like a karate dude that lived in the sewer. Now he looks like Nosferatu, and he's terrifying. And he has a story basically taking him to like the time of Dracula and stuff. Don't joke around, Mike. Don't joke around. The Behringer seems to be working, so I should have audio. No one's freaked out and said there's no audio. Don't try to break me. Don't try to break me, Mike. But yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 129, and that comes out next week. Again, really good to get into and get ready for the Armageddon Game series this summer, which is supposed to be one of the biggest turtle events in years. Like Last Ronin, I believe, takes place in the future, so it's not exactly the same thing as something like that. Wow, the multiverse of audio. Wow. 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 I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to that, everybody. I'm wounded. I'm wounded to the quick. Wounded to the quick right now. Punisher, number 3. Okay, everybody. We got some spoilers incoming, because this is issue 3, and I'm going to talk about something that happened in Punisher 1. For some weird reason, the Punisher joined the Hand, and he's basically leading them. A mysterious woman, part of the Hand, reached out to him and was like, hey, lead us. And he says yes. And you're like wondering why. Why did the Punisher decide to do this? At the end of issue 1, you find out that the Hand found a way to give Frank back his dead wife. It took me a while to get over that one. I was like, okay, that's insane. Doesn't seem to be a zombie. Seems to actually be his wife. She still has marks from where the bullets entered. We don't know exactly what's going on yet, but it's very interesting and well done. I'm enjoying this book very much. Jason Aaron, one of the best comic book writers. I don't know if everyone else's hands it could work this well. It's really good, though. It's really good. And psychologically, Frank is slightly a different person now that his wife is back in his life. So the Hand could make him do some scary things that he'd agree to. It's very good. It's very good. And this is a good time to jump on. This is only issue 3. You're not missing a ton. I would try to make that maybe issue 1 if you can. But yeah, this is good. This is a good series, and I'm enjoying it. I'm actually up to date on it too. A lot of books I get behind on. I'm not behind on Punisher. I read Punisher 2 last week. So I guess slightly behind. It wasn't right when it came out because, you know, these are once a month. So, and this comes out next week. But, you know, before the new issue came out at least. But yeah, Punisher has been really good, and I've been enjoying it a lot. Yeah, a lot of people were upset that he was like leading the hand. They were like, what, new outfit? And now he's leading the hand and everything. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Well, everybody, would you look at this? Batman Fortress #1. Okay. This is an alien invasion of Earth on a huge scale. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. Gary Whitta, the writer of the book of is it the book of Ezekiel? No, not the book of Ezekiel. The book of Eli. I apologize, everybody. Writer of the Book of Eli, the movie, and also the writer of Rogue One, the movie. I think he co-wrote Rogue One actually. But yeah, he also had this really cool thing called talking, Animal Talking, which is like Animal Crossing, which is a virtual talk show he created using Animal Crossing, and like Elijah Wood was on, and it was really cool. It was really cool. So I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, and Rogue One's great. Rogue One is an excellent Star Wars story. So I'm looking forward to this. This also starts next week. This is issue 1. And he actually liked my tweet when I mentioned I'm going to review this. So that was interesting. That was interesting. And no, that will not affect the review. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't get these books for free, you know, so... but yeah, that was neat. That was a neat thing that happened to me. But yeah, those are the books then for the week that is next. Do I have any questions? Are there any books you want me to look at that I haven't? Any books you want me to review? Suggestions you have for me? While you do that, I'm going to enlarge this. Beautiful John Romita Jr. artwork for Savage Avengers #1, our second review today. This is a cool book. And again, now this is an interesting situation. I also got a like from David Papos, the writer of this. And that is not affecting my review. I guarantee you. It is not. It starts out like the freaking Predator. This cloaked figure is stalking the city. And the entire buildup is like the Predator. And you have all these different heroes. Elektra as Daredevil. I don't know what her exact name is. I know that it was Daredevil in the book, and I don't know if she changed that because now a new Daredevil book is coming out from, basically it's still Chip Zdarsky, but they started the numbering over, and, you know, Matt is Daredevil again, so I'm not exactly sure. Weapon H, Cloak and Dagger, everybody. Cloak and Dagger, Conan the Barbarian, Anti-Venom. Oh, and who is that cybernetic fellow? That's Deathlock, the antagonist. That cloaked Predator character is Deathlock. He has been sent back to kill Conan the Barbarian. Not Conan the Librarian from UHF, but Conan the Barbarian. This is really a good book. It's an interesting mix of characters. And at the end, something happens. They go somewhere very interesting. Somewhere very different than the previous Savage Avengers series. This also looks like it's going to open itself up to a lot more villains. Savage Avengers really focused on one main big bad. Like shows up in the beginning, shows up, I believe, in the middle, shows up at the end. But here, this looks like this will work differently. And it's really good. It's really cool. Is that the cover I got? I wish, Mike, they did not have any of the John Romita Jr. cover. I don't know if that's a special cover, like at a higher price. They did have one like that, but it was a different artist. But I love this cover, and I get this stuff. I actually spend some time. I spend about 2-3 hours putting the show together. Now, I apologize. In the beginning, I didn't know how much work it would take. So in the first 2 or 3 episodes, I didn't have pictures up and things like that. I'm trying to make the show better with new episodes. So now it's about 2 or 3 hours to set things up and get pictures and covers like this. I got this last night before the book even came out. And I was like, that's a gorgeous cover. I'm going to try to get that cover. No, I got the basic cover, which is still very nice. But I do like the John Romita Jr. cover. And if you like John Romita Jr., the artist currently for Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man. Paid preview sellout. The Turtles have a hard book to catch up. Oh, God, Mike. Years and years of content. Yeah, I'm sure there's Turtle collections. I don't know how many. I don't know if they have the rights to every issue. I don't know what IDW has released. Conan the Librarian battle would be interesting. Well, okay. If you've seen the movie UHF, there's this great line where this guy goes to the library and goes in front of Conan the Librarian, of course, okay? In front of him, goes, these books are a little overdue. And Conan goes, ah, and just slices the guy directly in half. It's funny, though. They don't make it incredible. Like, he's still talking still, if I recall correctly. But yeah, Weird Al Yankovic's UHF is a lot of fun. That's a ridiculous, insane movie. I think a lot of my sense of humor came from Weird Al and that movie, which a little scary, I guess. Also, comedian Emo Phillips. Am I reviewing the Taco Bell Mexican pizza? I did earlier. Magnifique. It's delicious. I had one earlier today, Mike. Tastes exactly the same. They didn't screw around with the recipe. They didn't change everything out. It was exactly the same, or at least tasted exactly the same and looked exactly the same. But yeah, it was really good. It was really good. But yeah, Savage Avengers, the next issue sounds extremely interesting. And when issue 2 comes out, I'll be able to say, hey, this is where they went. Because I don't want to ruin that for you. I will say this, though. Deathlock, even by the end of the first issue, still an antagonist. Still an antagonist. Don't know for sure if he'll join the team. I don't know. My guess is at some point, but dangerous as heck, man. Wow. Wow. The tricks that Deathlock pulls out of his metal sleeve. I don't know what kind of metal he's made of. I was going to try to be clever and say like adamantium, but I don't know if he's made of that actually. But yeah, very cool. So everybody, we reviewed Fables 151, The Return of Fables. We reviewed Savage Avengers #1. Talked about toys. We toyed around a bit. We did. We talked about She-Hulk. What does everyone else think of She-Hulk? What do you think of a trailer, everybody? I did not eat it live on stream. No. No, I don't plan on eating things live on this show. I mean, I'll have something to drink, like tonight I have water. Oh, I talked about it earlier. I thought it was really good. I feel the CG is not completed, though. And I think people are freaking out over nothing. And the style is very reminiscent of Stan Lee's take and John Byrne's take. The story looks like it's going to take a lot from Dan Slott. So I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we take a look at the new Mighty Thor figure. Jane Foster. That was cool. Any suggestions? Any books you want me to review or anything like that in the future? For next week, I know for sure I'll review Batman Fortress, unless something goes wrong and it doesn't release or something. But Batman Fortress is a book expected review for. I don't know what the other book's going to be yet. I'm not sure. It might be TMNT. I do not know. I usually decide that about a day or two before the actual show. So. Okay, I don't see any other questions, but I want to thank everyone very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you like comic books, let other people know about the show. That'd be cool too. I also thank Doomkiller HD and the Doom Squad for letting me use their channel for this show. Thank you. I'm happy we had audio this time. That's a plus. I don't have to freak out over crazy technical issues. It's always a good thing. Always a good thing. But yeah, keep in mind, if you want that Mojo box set, Mojo World box set from Marvel Legends, Hasbro Pulse tomorrow. Now, here's one sad thing about that. To guarantee it, basically, you have to join Pulse, which is a yearly fee. I can tell you from experience, if you don't, you may not get the set. And then also, too, you get early access usually to convention exclusives. I missed out last year because I did not have access to Pulse, so I could not get the Zartan with multiple faces, which was a really cool convention exclusive. Well, within 2 minutes, he was gone. They had plenty of them for people that had Pulse, but because that percentage is relatively low to everyone else that filters in, gone in like 2 minutes. By the time I had him in my cart and tried to buy him, he was gone. Hey, Misplaced, how you doing? No, that's no problem, Misplaced. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you. That was a fun show. I'm happy we had audio. And we were really lucky. We had a number of toys announced today. So, at first, it was just going to be me showing the Jane Foster Thor Love and Thunder figure, and then Optimus Prime Lego. And that was it. But then, 3 other things were announced. So I was like, well, that's awesome. That's really cool. And it was. Everybody, I hope you have a great evening. I will be doing some gaming on my Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/Hoarder Gamer. That's going to be at 10 p.m. Central. I need a little time to set that up. Yes, stuff sells out quickly when you want it, especially from Hasbro Pulse. The stuff that, because again, it's not cheap. I think it's $50 a year. And you do get some other benefits, but it's really hard to get convention exclusives from Hasbro and Marvel Legends, Star Wars if you don't do it. But yeah, I think the Mojo World box set will be between 100 and 120. Again, it's one giant figure, 2 regular size Marvel Legends, so like probably 6-inch range, and then ex-baby Wolverine, which is adorable. But everybody, I hope you have a great night, and I will see you next week, 8 p.m. Central, with another show here on the Doom Squad Gaming YouTube channel. Thank you very much, everybody who watched, and have a great one. Bye-bye.